Vice President Biden has asked kind of everyone in the cancer world to come together, kind of blow down walls and just get the job done.
To energize everyone around the cancer issue.
He just wants to bring people together. He's trying to accomplish in 5 years what would normally take 10 years to accomplish.
And think of what that will mean.
If we made it to the moon, we split the atom, I think we can conquer this problem.
And this provides an opportunity that would be a game changer.
We have brought together a variety of people from so many different groups. We have scientists, we have
patients, survivors, doctors, researchers, community advocates, community organizations, bringing them all together to have a dialogue about how do we move things faster.
Time matters. Days matter. Minutes matter.
The Vice President specifically mentioned that prevention can save more lives than anything else we can do.
One of the things that we focused on at Northside is really taking those clinical trials to the community. So instead of having patients travel long distances, how can we have those trials closer to where they're currently getting their care?
We try to pick our therapies now, more what's called targeted therapies for these patients. It's really not the way we used to do cancer therapy 20, 30 years ago.
And the drugs now are so much different than the drugs that we used to work with in the past. And the volume of information and new discoveries is so immense.
We're on the cusp of breakthroughs that can get us there.
This is why places like Georgia Tech, I think, will play a greater and greater role in cancer research, technical schools. But for us to do it, we have to have ready access to the data.
In our world, in hereditary cancer genetic testing, there's been a lot of talk of having data sharing sort of be a criteria for selecting laboratories.
Until we get to the point of being able to everybody share that data and that response rate, we'll never have the answers.
So maybe the best thing that comes out of this moonshot is to break down the technical barriers so that you guys can do the science.
Science is a solution for this problem. We need to reduce the incidence of the disease and detect it when possible at an early stage and improve our treatment outcome. We cannot do this except with science.
Cancer is so much more than the biology of the disease. It's also about the psychology and the impact on people's lives.
Ultimately, it's the patient who is central to the Cancer Moonshot, from risk factor reduction, diagnosis, treatment, and survivorship.
I think one of the mistakes people sometimes make is that they think that cancer is over when the last chemotherapy drug is given.
I just can't speak enough about the challenges psychologically that these folks have, and we're doing them a disservice if we're not treating them as a whole patient.
But there are so many people who may be coming to a major cancer center for treatment and then are sent home with nothing.
And that's where my concern is. Let's make sure that nobody is left in the cracks.
One of the things I have come to realize is the amazing insight that survivors have that we don't have.
You're right. Sometimes that support doesn't come from your friends. That support comes from fellow survivors.
But they want to have their voices heard. So we're going to host a conference later this year to educate physicians about what survivorship needs are.
Because you all are survivors, because you've attacked and tackled those issues, and you're a better advocate on how important prevention and early detection is sometimes than the physicians.
And think about all the cancer survivors that we've all talked about today, the number, it's huge. And then when you take all their families in, we could make a lot of this stuff happen.
So I think the collaboration and the work that we've done here in the Atlanta area and in Georgia overall is really the key to launching us forward into the moonshot where we need to be.
The Cancer Moonshot is really about changing the face of cancer in this country today.
And seeing that we really can accomplish this.
Oh, we're just so very excited. We have a very comprehensive cancer program at Northside, and within that, our hope is that we can bring all the people in the community together.
I think the hopes are high for everybody.
And I really do believe it's within your power to fundamentally change and turn despair into hope a lot sooner than later. Thank you so very much.